What's Sunday gonna be like, Draymond?
Like a playoff game. Super intense. Two teams fighting for their playoff lives. Expected to be a very physical, high intelligent, high level basketball game.
Think about the Clippers, and how they've looked the last couple of months.
Playing great. They've looked good all year. Just like anybody, they had a trying time at certain parts of the year, facing some injuries when Norm was out. Then Kawhi came back, and James did an incredible job of keeping the team afloat in a great position till Kawhi came back, and they look like a complete, really good basketball team now.
With that being said, right, considering how different they look, how different you guys look, how much can you draw from those first three matchups, given that they were in 2024?
Take something from them. They're different, when you add Kawhi for sure, but you definitely take something from them games and, see the things that they did that caused us a problem and where we can be better for sure.
How would you characterize just these last couple months that culminate, obviously with tomorrow, just this journey this group has been on?
It's been a complete turnaround. I think after the All-Star break, we were like 26 and 27 or something crazy like that. And here we are at 48 and 33 with a chance to clinch a playoff berth. So complete turnaround. I think we did a great job of turning it around since Jimmy's gotten here. Now we got to continue to build on that. He looks great. Looks spry, bouncy, getting to his spots like he always does. He looks like Kawhi. He looks incredible.
What would you like to see the team improve or be more consistent on Sunday?
We got to make sure we get into our spots and get good things offensively every possession. This team will force you into some shots that you don't necessarily want to take, and we got to make sure we're getting the ones that we want to take.
He was kind of critical of y'all's rhythm lately, spacing, passing. How do you feel like you're playing right now, just overall?
We could be a lot better. I think it's been too up and down as of late. The ball is sticking a bit, not moving enough. But defensively, I think we've been pretty good for the most part.
How are you preparing for, a team with the size that Zubats has?
Same way we prepare for everybody else. Zubac is a great player, having an incredible year. But, I don't know what the game plan is yet, so we'll see.
What are some factors contributing to the ball sticking a little bit more, being a little bit less connected the past couple of weeks?
That's what we need to figure out. You just gotta. Steve always said, just hit the first open man. You see somebody open, hit them. And we're not doing a great job of that right now. So, gotta figure out why.
Is that why you guys have maybe an inefficient shooting night like tonight?
Definitely, it's no rhythm. So if the ball is sticking and it's not moving when it's supposed to move, you're not getting the ball when you're supposed to get the ball, throws off the rhythm and timing of the game. So definitely plays a part in it.
How, given Steph banged his thumb again, how important would it be to have that full week off to prepare for a playoff series?
It'd be huge. You'd be surprised at how healthy you can get over the course of a week off. You see how healthy Steph looked coming back from the week off? You'd be surprised. So that week would be big for us.
How are you feeling after playing the past second half of the season at center mostly?
I'm cut out for it. I feel great.
How you feeling, Steph? Look like you banged your thumb again?
I'm feeling great, ready to play game 82 on Sunday. I'm excited about it.
Was this a re-aggravation? I know you've had some thumb issues this year, or was this kind of something there?
From what I know, just a re-aggravation, the same thing, but hopefully it wasn't anything serious.
You got x-rays during the game?
Yeah.
Does it impact the shot at all?
It did a little bit just because it was freshly ringing, new pain, but I don't think it'll last too long.
Is it more like a swelling thing or just like the joint, the movement of the thumb?
I'm not really good with the anatomy, so I just know it hurts right now, but I'll be all right.
Have you kind of absorbed all the standings, ramifications, and what the next few days looks like for you all?
Yeah, I haven't really got too wrapped up into it. I just know we had to win the last 2 games to give ourselves the best chance of safety getting into whatever seed that's a playoff series and a week off. So it's the same situation going into Sunday. You know, the Clippers coming in, they're a good team. They're playing well, different than we've seen them with Kawhi. So we got to be ready for that challenge. We were watching the Kings Clipper game down the last minute or so in the locker room, but we've known the situation for a pretty long time, so you don't get too wrapped up in the drama of it, even though it's great for the league, seeing how it all ends up.
For a team that's been in playoff mode for the last month, how important or how big would it be to get just a week off and kind of avoid the plan?
The plan is wild. We've been in it a couple times. Hasn't gone well for us. But to your point, we've had a sense of urgency for a pretty long time, and then we've given ourselves a chance to control some part of our destiny in that respect. So, yeah, you want to have a guaranteed series. You want to take advantage of what that schedule looks like and avoid the chaos of a one-game play-in situation, because we've been there, done that.
Given where you guys were earlier this season, just how would you assess the journey this group has been on to get to this point and just these last couple months in general?
Just trying to develop an identity of what it means to win, play consistently. We've had some blips in the radar, but for the most part, where we were, 10th or 11th in the standings at one point, it looked pretty bleak, and to be in this situation, you got to take a lot of positives of how we've been playing, and hopefully we have something to show for it come next weekend.
Steve said he feels like you guys might have been, he said you guys were probably in a better place a few weeks ago in terms of connectivity, rhythm, flow. Have you noticed that, and why do you think that might be?
I mean, 10 days ago we beat Memphis, LA, Denver in a 3-game stretch. It's really hard to win in this league, and yeah, you have a high standard of how you want to play, and like the Houston game, the San Antonio game weren't our best basketball, but you kind of lock in on the positives of what we've been doing, and knowing defensively we've been a very consistent team, and our numbers show it. Offensively, we've been kind of hit or miss, and I think that's just a little bit of lack of execution, getting organized and things like that. And for a coach, obviously he's going to have a certain viewpoint, which we do have a high standard. We do need to play the way that we expect to play every night, and if it doesn't happen, you try to address the issues on the fly. I think we've done a pretty good job of that for a pretty long time. So we got to have a little bit more in the tank come Sunday and the rest of the way.
Steph, you said all you wanted was a chance to play meaningful games. How would you describe Sunday?
I don't want to be too dramatic. It should be a Game 7 kind of vibe. You win, and again, you control your destiny on a guaranteed playoff series. You lose, you roll the dice. So I think I said last game, good teams find a way to win, big games like that, and that's what we're aiming to be.
Steph, how much practice would you say would you personally want the team to have over the course of maybe the next week?
As much as we can, as much as the schedule allows. We're really good with preparation and playoff preparation, and being able to get our minds locked in on a certain game plan and strategy against any team, no matter who we play. But you got to earn the right to get there. So that's the challenge first and foremost.
For you, what consistencies or lapses, inconsistency would you like to see the team shore up, maybe before the next game or even before the playoff starts?
Well, it'll probably be before the next game, because the Clippers are good defense. We've struggled, occasionally with their size and their defensive kind of principles against us. And all that is just for us to counter is ball movement, making the simple play, keeping your turnovers down, creating good shots as much as possible. And I mean, obviously that's all offensively and trying to get the pace of the game to where we want it. So if we can control those things, it doesn't really matter how many shots you make. It's just the feeling of creating good looks and, executing on the offensive end that gives you a chance to build momentum and confidence that you can win.
How much easier is that now with, Jimmy being out there, being another playmaker for you guys compared to the beginning of the year, obviously?
Our record reflects that, the before and after, so happy to have him.